before I glue this down, I want to show you something kind of neat. If you're new to scrapbooking, you may not know. It's kind of hard to see, but let me get that in the light more. So generally, every piece of paper you buy, every kit is going to have the name of the collection on it, and for instance, in this one, this is the pink side, but it tells you what the featured colors are. And in here, it's artichoke, espresso, French vanilla, glacier, honey butter, limeade, mink, peach, periwinkle, pine, sage. And they do this so you can, excuse me, match your paper to your inks. So you don't have to have guesswork, which I think is fabulous. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue our page down. I'm just repositioning my camera so you see less of my junk and less of the mess on my desk, and maybe a little more of my workspace. I am a fan of Barely Arts glue. I've tried a lot of different glues, and I found that, for me at least, this is my preferred glue. It holds up really well. It has a certain longevity of being able to position whatever item you're adhering. It has a little movability for a few moments, not long, but it dries really fast, and for me it works really well. Let me know if you have a glue that is your preferred glue, and that's a conversation only crafters have, right? Like, what's your favorite glue? It's so exciting. And here I'm just smoothing this out. I was like, you can just grab anything with a smooth edge here. I'm sure I've seen lots of people use more sophisticated tools. Actually, this might be heavier weight for me. Okay, so now we have our base. It's all about the base, I'm gonna grab my picture. And one thing we need to decide, do we want it here, centered, here? This is, again, when you're creating, this is your page. You can do whatever you like. I tend to almost always go off center. I don't tend to place things in the center. You can't see my whole page in here, but if I adjust, you can see that it is a little off center. Also, typically don't do the vertical directly on center. I tend to go off center, and to me that's a little more appealing. Now I'm looking for the cards, and I had a thought. I think I'm actually going to save these, and I can back this with something else, because these are really fun. What you could do with these is, if you're planning a layout, like, look how fun that is, and it gives you a preview of where you'd like to place your photos. Also, while I'm working, I have to be very careful, if I don't want to ruin this photo, not to get inks and dyes and stuff on it, unless I'm intentionally doing that. But I've had that happen on one too many a project where I forgot to cover my photo and I've ruined it. So I think that it is very helpful that you could use these to do a preview of what you might want for your placement. Okay. So now I'm looking at this. And again, I wanted to bring in some of this paper, but again, I mean, it's just gorgeous. But I don't want it to be overwhelming. So I think I'm going to use it and make a frame. And I was thinking if I want it to be a 1/2 inch or more of an inch. I think I like it more of an inch. So take your paper cutter trimmer and measure. So I put that at the 14. Now I have to do reverse math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it's a 4x6. Yeah, it is 4x6. So if I want to have a frame that's an inch wide, I need to cut 5x7. And I want to make sure I'm cutting the right side because I don't want that as part of my frame. So I'm going to go this way. So to get an accurate measurement, you want to line your paper cutter. So if you line this right up on the cutting line here, then you need to look to see where this ends. And remember, we have the strips, so this is probably 12.5. Let's take a sneaky peek. It is. It's 12.5. So what you would do is you measure down how many inches that you need on this end. So I'm going to measure down. And that is 7.5.